A few months ago, I made a video unboxing this Chizuru lingerie figure here, and I really liked it. I really liked the background here that we got of her little door here and all that. I thought that was a really good little addition to a figure. In fact, this was one of my favorite figures of 2024. Then they announced another one. You might say, oh, like an alternate version, kind of like they did Santa Chizurus, where one version she's facing the other way and then one facing, forward and backwards. No, it's just the exact same figure, except for it's in white lingerie now. Did we need this? That's a good question. Let's find out. So, first off, I will mention that this figure was available at Ami Ami. Now, the first one was kind of difficult to find. You can find it pre-owned. You can find it in a few places. I think Crunchyroll still sells that one on their store, so it is still available. However, at the time of recording this, I couldn't find this one anywhere for sale. It is sold out on Ami Ami, which is where I bought it. Link down in the description to Ami Ami if you want to go check, but as of recording this, it was not for sale. And then other stores, couldn't find it. I could find that one, but I couldn't find this one. So be aware, normally whenever I do an unboxing, I'm like, go here if you want to buy it. It's not there, so sorry. But that one is, so there you go. And I'm going to be honest, while I really like the look of this figure, that one is what I'm meaning, I don't know if white will be better than black. We're going to find out, but I think black is better anyway. But this is the whole question with this figure. Does it need to exist? Because I could argue pretty strongly no. And you might say, well, if you don't like it that much, well, why are you even saying to go buy it? Or why did you buy it? So you may not know, but if you have followed me for a while, I am on a quest to get every Chizuru figure ever made. And one of them is this one. Currently, with the release of this one, I am up to date. I have got every Chizuru figure that has ever been released. So there you go. Now, normally, I would give myself a free pass and say that I didn't need to buy this because it is no different than just a paint swap. And normally I would say yes, but because it's a scale figure and it's one of my favorite Chizuru figures, I figured I'm going to go ahead and get it. I want to see the differences in person, see if it's any better. We'll find out. So obviously, I gave a big plus to this in the other review, so I'll give a big plus to it now. You get a lot of accessories in this thing. I will give you some more close-ups here in a little bit, but you get the Santa lingerie here from the other figures. This is basically like a storyline. You have the two Santa versions. Now you have her changing out of the Santa outfit into her lingerie here. So continuity with the Chizuru outfit cinematic universe here. You have a little laundry basket you put it in. We'll unbox all of that here in a minute, but you also get the little towel rack here, the towel that comes with it, and then the little floor mat as well. So in terms of a figure, this is a really good figure. Like if you get this one, you don't get that one, it's a great figure. And I'm going to judge it based on that and off of if it needed to exist after that one came out. But like I said, does it need to exist? Could we have not gotten something else? And I am going to sit Chizuru off to the side here. We're going to look at the backdrop thing, and then we're going to come back to her. So pulling the backdrop out here, it looks pretty much identical. Like I cannot see any differences at all. I'm going to real quickly check, but I am pretty sure this is the exact same. Okay, so maybe this might just be a change barely in the pigment of the dye whenever they made this, but I think the floor is ever so slightly a different color. Like this is a bit lighter than the old one. It might just be that that one is been under a light it shouldn't have been, I've only had it for like 6 months. It should be the exact same. It should have no fade on it yet. So I would imagine this one is a bit lighter, but I don't see why they would have done that. If they meant to change it, they would have just gone with a whole different flooring. I think it was simply a minor manufacturer error that is not an error, but just something that makes a minor difference. And I will point this out while I still can. The door is still really nice. I like this a lot because, and I'll point this out later whenever I have her inside, but if you really wanted to, you can put it here and then open it up, and then you can put your Chizuru in here, and then you can look at her rear end if you wanted to. Options. But let's go ahead and look at the Chizuru figure herself here. And I will say, this white lingerie here does look really clean. Compared to the black one, it is very clean looking, very pretty. Now, with both of them, it does come with the option to remove the top here, and then you can remove these little kind of lacy things here. This is some like see-through stuff here. You get a kind of top there, and you also get the little skirt here, and then you can take off the plastic there. But then you can give her this other alternative look that has more skin showing if you really wanted to. Personally, I'm not a big fan of that option for one reason, and that is you can very easily see a seam here right at her bra line there. So it's something that personally I'm not going to do, but it is an option if you wanted to. So I will go ahead and put her on the base here, and very simple to put that one on. It's only one little bitty clip, so not that bad. Now getting out all of the little extras here, we have the little basket. It's just a basket. We have the towel rack. It's just a towel rack. We have the towels that can go on the towel rack if you do them right. There we go, much better. The floor mat here, which is kind of rubbery, which I like. Something to point out here, you can put that right back here by the door, unless like you can say she's coming out of the shower or something, you can put the mat there so she can dry off on it. And last, but certainly not least, you have the Santa Claus lingerie here that is all folded up. You have the bottoms, you have the top, and I'll point this out on the other one, but I'll point it out again because I really like this attention to detail. In the top here, you can see there that there is this little tan piece there on the inside of that. Didn't need to do that. You could have just made the whole thing red. But it makes sense that that's there because it's a little bit of padding to make sure that she does not have any, in case it's cold there, which if it's Santa, might be wintertime, might be a little bit cold, might be a little nippy if you get what I'm meaning, and so that prevents that. There you go, attention to detail. Same thing with the bottom, but for other things, you know, to not show. Now with the bottoms, you just kind of throw them down in the basket. With the top, it does kind of fold apart here, as you can see there, and then you can kind of droop them over the side of the basket. Yeah, like that. There you go. Nice. So overall, I still love this figure. I think this figure is fantastic. I love everything about it. I think it is a really well done figure with very small details that make it look really nice. I think on a shelf it really stands out there. You get this detail of opening the door and accidentally catching her changing or whatever if you wanted to. It's just tiny stuff like that that I love about this figure. This is one of my favorite figures from last year. There you go. But did it need to exist? So in the long answer, it's complicated. I think this figure looks pretty nice. I think they're both nice. But what I like about this figure is I do like the white lingerie. I think it looks a little bit cleaner. I do think as a figure, this stands out more. This looks better on a shelf. I think this will catch more eyes. I think this one, it kind of looks like she's not wearing any clothes if you're really far away. But I think this one catches more eyes. It might be better looking. And also, this is actually based off a wall scroll. Actually, I'll show you that now. So this was actually a line of merch that was released, and you can see here, it's based off the black lingerie. This came out before either one of these two, so this is what it's based off of. So technically, this is what it should be. So originally, whenever this figure was first announced, what I thought they were doing, and what occasionally happens, especially with freeing figures, what they will do is whenever a figure like this sells out very, very quickly, which this one did, now it's, if you buy it pre-owned or whatever, it's quite expensive, they will re-release it. With freeing, it's bare-legged bunnies. It doesn't have the netting and everything like that. That's what I thought they were doing. I thought they were giving people a second chance to buy the figure. However, this one sold out probably quicker than that one. I don't think it is simply a, let's give fans another chance to buy the lingerie figure. I think it was simply, let's get people like me to buy a second version of a Chizuru figure. Why? I don't get it. Like, I enjoy this figure. I think it's still one of the best. Whether it's white or black, I think it's very good. But I just think that it didn't need to be made. Simple as that. It's not a, let's give fans another chance, because obviously it sold out whenever it first came out. Like, it just released and it's already sold out. I don't know. I am very confused why this was made, but I have it now. I'm going to keep it in my collection, and that's that. Also, I will point this out because it's just a thought. Just a thought. And they obviously know about this because they made the little padding on the Santa lingerie. But on a black lingerie, it would make sense that it would be harder to see through certain parts of it because it's black. Black is harder to see through. With white, white is really easy to see through. To me, personally, that makes this figure not make any sense because obviously this is not an 18 plus figure. It probably could be, but, and if anybody sees it, they'll probably think it's an 18 plus figure, but it's not. Nothing's see-through. Like, you can't see nothing here, can't see nothing down here. This is see-through, and that's all that's see-through. But because it's white, I don't really like that because of that simple fact. Just to pervert mind thinking what everybody's probably thinking anyway. So anyway, final judge here. I'm going to give this one, I'll give this one, I've already graded it, but I'll grade it again. I'm going to give it a 9.75. I think it's very, very good. I think there's a few minor problems with it, but I think overall, it's very, very good. This one, as a figure on its own, 9. As a figure that came out after this figure, 7.5. Doesn't need to exist. If you already own this one, you do not need this one in any circumstance. You don't need it. If you don't own this one, good luck finding this one because that one's easier to find than this one. So really, I don't know who this is for. I don't know why you would ever want this figure, but it is available. And, oh no, it's not available. You can't go buy it. So I don't know. Thanks for watching the review because unless you're a big Chizuru fan or you already pre-ordered it, you ain't gonna see it again. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. More Chizuru unboxings are on the way, better Chizuru unboxings, so stay tuned for that. But until then, let me know what you think. Is this a waste of money? I think it's a waste of money. I'm still gonna buy it, and even if I wasn't gonna make a review on it, I still would have bought it because it's Chizuru. I like Chizuru. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.